foundation for research, but also as foundation for policy change. We have very close relationships with our Department of Conservation and Natural Resources here in Virginia, Conservation and Recreation, particularly with state parks. This is my first time down here, but we do a lot with Caledon State Park, with Mason Neck State Park. But we also work closely with the Department of Game and Inland Fisheries, with federal agencies, U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. In fact, I'm just lucky to get back. You've heard about all those people that got stranded by the snowstorm. Some of you who are my Facebook pals know what an exciting time I had getting back here for this release. I testified in a federal court hearing last Friday against two guys that had been found guilty of killing eagles, bald and golden eagles, and selling their feathers and body parts. And they were trying to say that the eagles were really only worth what they got for selling the feathers. And I'm not really an expert on anything, but the one thing that I get called on to talk about is the true economic value of what these birds are. And it's how do you put a value on a peregrine falcon? Well, in our hearts we know we can't, but in court you've got to. And literally what the system we have used at the Wildlife Center for 20 years now, and it has put a lot of bad guys in jail, is to treat it like a car. If I ruin your car, steal your car, I've got three choices. I can fix the one that I've broken, I can buy you a brand new one, or I can build you one from the ground up, which is a challenge with a car. But with birds of prey, the way we value them, and what we've done in the court is to say, okay, here's the cost of repairing a bird injured in this type of crime, be it gunshot or trapping or poisoning. That's one point of value. Second point of value is captive breeding programs. We know that peregrine falcons cost $3,500 a piece to captive breed, and that's from the Peregrine Fund. It's probably a little higher than that right now. So if that's the one point, that's what this bird is worth in court. And then, of course, if we were going to buy them on legal market, there is a very small legal market for peregrine falcons that have been captive bred in the falconry community. And so we judge what are those various price points, put them all together, and so when we went into the case in Iowa, they were trying to say that this 5 eagles, 1 red-tailed hawk, and 1 great horned owl were worth $1,200. That proved not to be the case. Let's just say it was closer to $40,000 because of the ages of the birds, and the main defendant got 2 years of probation and 6 months in jail, and that's a pretty heavy fine in a bird case. So, but then I couldn't get home. But here we are. Now, I'll tell you what we're going to do then, is I will carry the cage, and we'll go on around here, at least to get away from the houses, if that works. Then I'll get the bird out. This bird is not banded, and we are not going to band it, simply because our bander got stuck in the snow and couldn't get to us. So, but the bird doesn't need to stay in captivity any longer. He's ready to go. We will get the bird out. I will hold him. I'll walk around just very briefly so everybody can get close-up pictures of this little bird. Because when he flies, he's going to fly like lightning. So, can we drive up a little bit? Is that possible?
Well, we were opening it up so everybody doesn't have to go through that little hole there. But yeah, if you want to drive up, that's fine, but you're going to have to back your truck up some.
That's all right. I'm not going to go very far. It just would be easier to work out of the back of the truck getting him out.
Yeah, if you can just back up a little bit so we can open that gate.
Sure.
For you all the way.
And for those of you who are taking pictures, if you can just come on up, I'll try to get around as much as possible, and hope I don't lose my grip on the bird. And then I'll get back up here and release. Yeah, listen, don't jinx me. I dropped an eagle one day. Of course, she had just bitten the side of my face, and on live television, I was holding this bird, watching her feet, because she was a great big eagle. She was probably 14.5 pounds, had an 8-foot wingspan, and just mean as a snake. And they told me she was real aggressive, but what they forgot to mention to me is that she also was a real biter. And so I'm wrestling around with her, and CBS TV camera's right there. Wrestling around, and she looks up at me and reaches up, takes a chunk out of the side of my face, and the blood just flew, and I went 1, 2, 3. Anyway. All right. We're getting close here. Okay. Now, before I do this, does anybody have any questions about what's happening or what's about to happen? And again, thanks to our friends from Hampton Parks and Rec for being so hospitable with us today. We really appreciate it.
I just hope he doesn't fly into the tree like my red-tailed hawk did, remember?
Oh, well.
The Discovery Channel got a wonderful picture of him sitting in the tree.
Well, if he's
He
gonna
never,
go
I
sit
hope
in
he
the-
flew eventually.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh my goodness, he's feisty.
That is so cool.
Yeah, that's definitely a male.
Oh, look at that face. Look at
Now,
that
if you
face.
get underneath it and get that profile against the sky, you can make up whatever lie you want about how you got that picture.
He poses.
Yeah.
Make him look this, that's better.
Oh, look at that face.
No, you're fine.
It's a beautiful little bird.
Yes, sure is.
Yeah, good life ahead of him. Wow. Crap.
This thing, I have to stay right a little bit.
I'm not taking pictures. I just wanted to see. I don't want to see.
Let me know.
He says, Ed, let me go. I'm ready.
Okay, now basically what I'm going to do is I'm not going to launch him very high up, but I'm just going to push him right off the end of my hands. Everybody ready?
No.
No.
Well, we're going to wait on this guy. He's the pro. He's ready to go. All right?
God bless you, little bird.
I betcha. One. You ready? Yeah. 2, 3.
Woo! Go on, little guy. Go.
Been looking back over his shoulder.
Aw.
Oh,
That's